Hi, I'm gonna read White House newsletter because it's been a while since the last time I recorded reading the newsletters from the White House. So here, na na na. Wait lang sandali. Yeah. So here it is. President Trump's message on today's despicable acts. The full weight of government is being deployed to conduct this investigation and bring those responsible for these despicable acts to justice. President Donald J. Trump said from the White House East Room today, this egregious conduct is abhorrent to everything we hold dear and sacred as Americans. In these times, we have to unify. We have to come together. President signs historic $6 billion anti-drug law. 1 year ago, I addressed the nation in this very room and declared the opioid crisis a national public health emergency. President Trump said today from the White House East Room, we are here to update the American people on the historic action we have taken and to sign landmark legislation to defeat to the to defeat the opioid epidemic. The president worked closely with Congress to support the Bipartisan Support for Patients and Communities Act of 2018, the largest legislative package ever passed to address a single drug crisis in America. The law combines a number of crucial provisions, including requirements to help the U.S. Postal Services and border officials stop deadly fentanyl from entering the United States from China and Mexico. Since last October, the Trump administration has applied a three-part plan to help stop the opioid epidemic in its tracks. Reducing demand by educating Americans about the dangers of opioid misuse and curbing overprescription. Cutting off the flow of illicit drugs by cracking down on international domestic supply chains that devastate our communities. Helping those struggling with addiction by removing barriers to evidence-based treatment, prevention, and recovery services. The facts on President Trump's three-part plan to fight the opioid epidemic. When Rebecca was 14, she blew out her ankle during cheerleading practice and was prescribed opioid painkiller pills. Instead of getting better, she quickly found herself addicted to powerful opioids and eventually turned to heroin. She's far from alone. 80% of heroin users started with a prescription painkiller. Now, Rebecca is regaining control of her life and making her detox public to help others trapped in a dangerous cycle. Next, I'll read 3 newsletters. Medicaid enrollment declines for the first time in than a decade of strong U.S. economy boosts income for poor Americans. The booming U.S. economy appears to be reducing dependence on federal health insurance for the poor, Berkeley Lovelace Jr. reports for CNBC. Medicaid enrollment has fallen for the first time since 2007, and states largely attribute the enrollment slowdown to a strengthening economy, resulting in fewer new low-income people qualifying for Medicaid, he adds. Almost a year after declaring the opioid epidemic a public health emergency, President Donald Trump on Wednesday signed into a law a sweeping legislative package that lawmakers and public health experts believe will help curb the growing crisis in the United States. Mariana Sotomayor reports for NBC News. In the Washington Times, Matt Mokowiak writes that Democrats' complete silence on the approaching migrant caravan is deafening. America is a compassionate and good-hearted country. We are a generous people, but we cannot allow thousands of economic migrants to break into the country whenever they feel like it, he explains. Can anyone cite the Democratic Party view on the caravan? If there was one idea that you could say dominates today's Democratic Party, could be summed up in one word: socialism. Many Democrats, from Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders to Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, embrace some form of socialism, the Investor's Business Daily editorial board writes. A new White House Council of Economic Advisors report illustrates how America's economy would look under socialist policies. The numbers are pretty scary, the editors argue. In the Mississippi Clarion Ledger, Jeff Pender reports that Ivanka Trump will be in Gulfport, Mississippi today, meeting with state and community officials about early childhood education and care and workforce training. Pender adds that Ms. Trump has made affordable child care a signature issue since her father was running for president and successfully helped lobby Congress for an increase in the child tax credit, including in last year's tax cuts. I think that is enough because I'm exceeding 7-minute limit on the video log. Anyway, here. You see it. There. I get to have White House newsletters, subscribe from their website, and sometimes when I email President Trump, he gets to reply with his signature on. So thank you, USA. Reading White House newsletters helps me improve my speaking in English. Plus, I get to feel more confident because I get to have an exercise on my jaws, on my voice, volume, and my stance. Well, that's it for now. See you on Sunday. Yeah. Bye.